Statler!
Protein.
Statler!
Protein.
So that was the stupidest part of the podcast right there.
But it needed to be there. After what we watched, it needed to be there.
He's Duke and I'm Mayhem. This is episode 4 of our Pokemon movies retrospective. Pokemon 4Ever!
We are 4 movies deep.
And the Stantler voice acting was what we were referencing right there, just real fast. It was just the fact that, like, all the Pokemon are crying out in Stantler, you just hear him go, Stantler! Stantler. So, yeah, so Pokemon Forever.
Pokemon 4Ever, Celebi, the voice of the forest.
That was the in-movie title, and it once again did the whole 90s intro, yeah, cool, epic, though it was dialing back a bit, mainly because it was 2002.
That's right. They're starting to realize, okay, maybe kids don't care.
Maybe we should chill. It was a pretty alright movie. Like, the only problems from it... Wait, let's actually go through the plot real fast. The plot.
Let's go through the plot. So, the plot of this movie is we start off with Brock narrator.
Yeah, Brock was narrating. That was a weird thing.
It was very off because especially it didn't stick.
There's a reason why it was only done once.
Yeah, it was done once to basically explain where they are at this point.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird that he was recapping it. He was recapping everything that's been happening, but the way that it sounded was like this was many years in the future and Brock hasn't seen Ash because Ash got too, like, popular or whatever.
Ah, got it, so it was Gen 8.
Yeah, like something like that, yeah. like that timing and stuff like that, and he's, like, reminiscing. That's what it felt like.
Maybe that was the point because of the fact that this is a movie about, like...
time travel and stuff
time travel, Oak in the past, in the future... Maybe that's actually the point.
Yeah.
But, anyway...
But they never explained.
Never explained. Then we jump over to...
Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Which, let me just say, the art looks just incredible.
That first opening shot of the forest, just... Oh!
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Mayhem told me flat out, right tracking shot now.
Yeah, because it was following Celebi through the forest.
Yeah.
It starts with it at the beginning, with Celebi going through the forest, and at the end with Celebi at the lake.
Yep. Anyway, tracking shot, get to see some Oddish. Hunter.
Yeah. Oddish! Yes!
We get to see a hunter chasing a Celebi.
Mm-hmm. The guy's design remind me of the old, like, this is some really, like just, not super obscure, but just obscure Pokemon design thing, where the guy's design looked like Blaine, the Fire Gym Leader's design, before he was redesigned.
Yeah! But, we see the hunter come out, and, of course, Samuel Notoke is protecting Celebi, like, what do you want with him? I'm a hunter, I want him. You can't have him! I want him! Then we get to see, there's a lot of CGI in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like, it's not terrible, it's just noticeable.
It is basically the in-between of Pokemon, the first movie. Mm. And Pokemon the CGI movie remake.
Yeah, it was...
It's like the exact in-between.
It was used a lot.
Then there's time travel, and Celebi travels to the future with Sam.
Yeah.
They travel to the future, and after that we get a whole thing where it goes back to the hunter.
Who's like an old man now.
He's an old man now, and it's like another hunter who works for Team Rocket is there.
The guy goes out and, like, to intimidate the guy, he gets the Dark Ball. That's my biggest problem, too, the Dark Ball. It's never explained.
No, it's not.
It's just a thing where it's like, I can control Pokemon, and they're stronger now.
I wrote down in my notes, it's the coolest yet dumbest item. Yeah.
And the Tyranitar he captures, before he captures it, is the most timid-looking Tyranitar I've ever seen.
It's so innocent.
Yeah, and when he captures it and sends it out again, it's like a darker shade of green, and it's like... Argh.
Then we get, like, there's this whole scene where Ash and Misty and all of them, they're about to go on a boat. Ash is missing. Where is he? He's battling somebody. Meanwhile, you see in the battle... Pikachu just electrocutes the dude in his water type.
Yeah, he attacks both of them.
And that's why I wrote, well, he's dead.
Yeah, because he fucking electrocutes the guy, and then he's like, huh? And Ash is like, gotta run. I took your wallet, bye.
Yeah. I mean, that's Pokemon games in general. But
exactly. It's adhering by law.
Then we go off and we go to the boat, get another useless character. The boat guy.
Which, he just comes out of nowhere, catches Ash because he tried to jump on the boat, and he almost misses. Or he does miss.
I even made the joke, like, oh, look, he's gonna miss. Oh, wait, he actually did!
Yeah.
We get a phone call with Professor Oak.
Yeah.
And he's...
they see because they see Suicune.
Because they saw Suicune. And they're like, hey, what is this thing? It's a Suicune. I saw it when I was younger. About how old? Maybe about 10.
Maybe about 40 years ago.
Maybe about 40 years ago, back in the village that you're in. Then we go off and and they start traveling to some forest.
Yeah, the forest that they were like, this is
this
a
sacred
bunch of
forest.
Where's the rare Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you see Team Rocket trailing behind in a glider, just getting tired, and then they just die.
Yeah, like Team Rocket in this one is again useless.
Next up, we get to the village, and you see this old woman with a staff, which she was the lady that was like helping out Sam at the very beginning of the movie. Of like, don't go into the woods and listen to the scary voices. What?
What, that voice?
What, that voice? You prick.
And he's gone for 40 years.
Then we go into the forest. Time shit happens.
Which, the time stuff with the forest was a little trippy, and it was...
Yeah, the flashing lights and everything, the, like, flashing of the trees overlapping.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
It was fine if that never happened again.
Anyway, we get there, we see Sam and Celebi pop out a hole.
As
Celebi
soon as Ash and them get into the forest, they walk out a little bit, and then they're there.
Yeah! Then Celebi gets taken off by the woodland creatures to go heal for a moment.
Yeah.
And Sam is taken in by Misty and Ash and Brock. Which, good timing to say.
Yeah, so, like, what we were with what happened last time with Pokemon 3, like, we were talking about how all the side characters, they all have something that they do. And, like, Brock and Misty, they battle the girl to try and stall in time. This one, they do nothing.
They literally do nothing.
They state the obvious, and Misty hurts her, and Misty twists her knee.
You just Celebi heals. Healing water.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Brock. Good observation, Brock.
Wow, healing water.
Jesus. But anyway, we go off with them. Sam has a panic attack. He goes off to befriend Celebi because Celebi is afraid of humans, which got solved in about a minute?
10 seconds?
About 10 seconds, basically.
Just,
they got smacked by some leaves.
Yeah, they just, like, smacking them with the vines and stuff like that, and then,
once again,
Celebi, we're trying to be friends with you.
Once again, CGI vines.
Oh, yeah, CGI vines hitting the 2D characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI. What else can I say about that? Yeah. Maybe that'll come back later. I don't know. But anyway...
I don't think it's gonna stick.
Then we go off to a camping scene. Or after they heal him
After they get the berries. Which, you got that whole thing that you want to say about the berries. I know that.
God, those berries looked so tasty.
They were a part of your childhood.
Those reminded me of the sweet tarts. Like, just the ball of sweet tarts.
Oh my god.
It reminds me of those. They look like cherries without the top.
The stems.
Like, fully round cherries. And it
with
looks
no
so
pit.
good. Anyway, camping trip. Just after they go off and help out Celebi. Healing water, guided by Pokemon, you know. They have this whole moment where they're talking and, like, it was Ash, just like, yeah, this is a pretty good time, right? Too bad you're stuck here.
Yeah, he's like, the future's awesome. Too bad you're stuck here. If you were actually going to say that to a child that happened to, the child would break down in tears.
Yeah, anyway, they get attacked, the bad guy in the movie. They get saved, reluctantly, by Team Rocket, where it's like, no, we want to steal the thing. And
they
like
run
wheezing,
off
the main
we didn't even
team,
see Arbok.
The main team runs off to fight those two Pokemon that are chasing after him, the Scizor and the Weasel.
And they tie him up when they beat him.
Yeah, but first off, let me just mention Team Rocket, the moment that they give up, basically, where it's like, oh, wait, I remember you. You work for Team Rocket, right? Well, so do we. See our costumes? And then there's Meowth that just says, me too, but Pokemon are allowed to be naked.
That's one of my favorite Meowth ones. Yep. We're allowed to be naked.
But then we get the battle, Sam, Ash, and those two hunter Pokemon.
Ash uses Bayleaf, and Sam uses a Charmeleon. And the battles are kind of stale.
They're very stale. Honestly, the most exciting part about that entire battle sequence was the Pokeball.
Yeah, that Sam pulls out like a 40-year-old Pokeball.
Yeah, that was interesting. Meanwhile, the rest of it was like...
It's like Scizor using double team, so it's like moving back and forth and double image. And then all of a sudden you see, in between those double images, is Scizor going, Scizor. And Bayleaf is like, aha! But yeah, they tie them up. And I don't think it would have been easy to tie up a Scizor. The fact that it's made out of metal, has giant pincer claws, and...
Anyway, now we go to the Pokemon guides that I mentioned.
Oh, yes.
Where it's like, we need to get Celebi to somewhere safe. Ursaring pops out. Follow me.
Yeah, like hey, boo-boo. We got to get out of this forest till you can get a mediput with the baskets.
We got Yogi and Boo-boo. And then we've got Stantler, which is Stantler.
Like Ursaring just walks up to her. He's just like, hey, what's up? And Stantler's Stantler.
Once again, if you've seen the first season of Retzko, it's just protein. They got out of the forest, they went to the lake, healed him in the lake, he hath risen, and then size discrepancy of the lake.
Yeah, the lake is like it doesn't look that big, and then when they go under the water, all of a sudden there's like a shit ton of Pokemon there, including Gyarados.
Yeah, it's just giant
which has
Gyarados.
been described to be like the sea Pokemon, and the one in the Lake of Rage. The reason why it's the Lake of Rage is because it's pissed that it's stuck in there.
Misty and Brock are just kind of there. Once again, they're just kind of there.
They're not even participating in Celebi flying them around. They're just like, hey, how's it going? And then Celebi taps Misty's knee, and she's like, oh, it's better now.
There's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
And yet a lot going on.
There's only one location, really. It's the forest.
It's a good movie, but it's just, there's so much going on, and yet nothing.
Yeah.
But we get the Metapod evolution scene, which was really cool.
Oh, it was very beautiful, yes. And
they wake up the next morning.
Gave Ash some PTSD for remembering his Butterfree.
Yeah. We wake up the next morning and go off and just... Bad guy pops up. Mine now.
Yeah, he just shows up and he's like, this is mine.
Yeah. I'm going to cut about 5 minutes of bullshit and just say, oh, he gets him.
Yeah, he gets him, and when he pulls Celebi back out, Celebi does have that creepy look now with the dilated pupils.
Yeah, once again, that look actually was kind of terrifying. Of like it looked very freaky. Of just every time it looked at somebody, just the slow turn as you see he's not in control.
Yeah,
that
was really well done. That was well done.
The one thing that was not well done was the boss.
Oh yeah,
the boss. Oh yeah, remember CGI? Because that was all the boss was. A giant CGI mess of...
Twigs.
It was just twigs. It's not like, like you could see an obvious tree right there in it. Nope. Of like, here's all these different trees stuck in it together to form this cohesive... No, it's twigs.
And it sucks up Jessie.
Yeah, and it eats Jessie, and Jessie gets in a... pose. Anyway, what am I supposed to say? That's what happens.
That's what happens.
No, he sticks her upside down, wrapped around with vines, and he just looks at her like, yes, and you will tell my boss everything.
Tell Giovanni that I'm doing a good job, and it's like, employee of the month.
Not employee of the month. He wants to be the new boss.
Yeah.
All the side characters that are very important
are standing on the sidelines.
After
getting shot down from the balloon boat thing.
They get shot several times, and then Ash and Sam are about to be shot in the face by a laser beam when Suicune saves them.
Yeah, Suicune just kind of just pops in. He's just like, hey, what's up?
Yep.
And it's still funny to me how Entei was like a big pillar of the story last one, like, even though it wasn't technically Entei. Now Suicune's in this one, and Raikou is still nowhere to be found.
So, fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
Raikou was supposed to be in this.
Oh.
But then, the moment they found out there was a lake in this movie, they said, bring Suicune in.
Oh.
Ash and Sam managed to fly up there. They're ready to fly. Oh, it's wrapped up. Suicune got wrapped up.
Yeah, Suicune gets captured, and so they climb down, like, they just leave Suicune, and they're like, alright, fine. And they climb
That's
over.
not the only thing they leave.
Oh yeah, Jessie catches them, and they're like, thanks, and then they start climbing away, and she's like, wait, what are you doing? And then there's like openings in, like, the monster thing that Celebi made, and they're looking directly at Celebi, and, like, they're trying to convince it, like, to rid it of its brain control. And then some things happen on the outside that we see, and then it cuts back, and they're inside the beast!
Climbing up!
And it's like, what happened?
And you're just sitting there like, what did I miss?
What changed?
To quote Hamilton, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Anyway, we get up there, they shove themselves in a Celebi bubble, and say, like, wake up, bitch! Bitch wakes up, and just destroys the outer shell of this CGI boss. Suicune gets just thrown into the water.
Yeah, Suicune just gets, like, thrown into the water, and I guarantee that's the first time Suicune has ever had to swim in its entirety.
And just, you see a dog paddling back.
Yeah, and then it leaves for a little bit, then comes back because it's, like, so pissed.
And then to skip about 5 minutes, looks like Celebi, like, does a whole thing where it saves
It just suddenly
Ash.
it saves him and then just suddenly starts to die.
Just dies.
And it just does die.
It just does die. Yeah, it's in the water, can't heal, and so everybody starts crying. All the Pokemon go, ah!
Stantler.
Stantler. Well, except for that one Stantler.
Sorry. Oh yeah, there was one that was just completely, like, everybody, all the other Pokemon animated going, ah, and there's one Stantler just sitting there just going, I do not care for the onion. The sky opens up, and a bunch of Celebi come in, and
the whole choir playing in the background as a collection of Celebi, Deus Ex Machina to save Celebi.
Yeah. And
it's like, not explained.
It's not explained, and then they just leave.
Oh, I think they stated at one point, they've come to save their friend. No. No.
Oh, and yeah, when Celebi's back and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, we did it, yeah. Suicune shows up, and they're like, oh, like, what did they say to Suicune again?
Suicune steps on all the water to heal.
Like Suicune does a little bit of stuff, and then they're like, Suicune, maybe we can see each other again, and Suicune just runs away. That's my favorite.
My favorite moment is when it's like Celebi is healed and everything. There's this beautiful movement of the water as it's just diving back and forth in the water, heading straight towards them. It's honestly beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the villain pops out and just goes,
"Hi, bitch!" He's been hiding under the water the entire time.
"Hi, you're mine, bitch!" It flies up into the sky, and then we get the incredible scene.
Oh yeah, with
not an incredible scene. The Incredibles,
the movie where the guy goes up and Ash is there with him with Pikachu, and he's like, "Oh, you'll never give us back Celebi," and Pikachu shock his jetpack, and he's like, "Wait, what?"
No caps! Fries him, throws him, and the Pokemon end up beating him up.
Yeah.
Just flat. No, there was even the boat guy who pops in and just goes. He gets beat up by Pokemon, and Celebi is fine, and Celebi takes Sam back to the past. Once again, it's a moment of like, I hope we see each other again. No! At the very end, Ash calls Professor Oak and tells him the whole story.
It was Suicune.
And they basically have the flat-out mention of, Professor Oak is Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel Oak. That was 40 years ago when he was a child.
Yep. And then we have the post-credit scene where it's like all these different shots, and also Tracy, or
Trent.
Tracy.
Whatever his name is.
Tree Trunk ends up finding Oak's old book, and it's just like, look at this secret. Let me put it back. And then I imagine he got stabbed.
Yeah, because Oak... keep it secret, keep it safe.
Keep it secret, keep it safe. No loose ends.
No loose ends! Oh, yes. Oh, that's good. But that's the story of Pokemon 4Ever.
Let's start with cons.
Cons.
Yeah, I want to say...
The lackluster fights.
Lackluster fights. That was a big problem.
Yeah. I know you were about to say CGI, but
Yeah, no, we'll start with fights, because fights were not that good.
most of the time it was just tackles. There was that nice thing with the double team with Caesar.
Was it nice?
Well, it was a good representation of double team. Like that.
Not as much, considering it goes like, Caesar. Yeah, no, he just slowed down all of a sudden, and you just see him there, Caesar. And it's like, that's not a good example of what double team is. That's literally just anime bullshit.
It's the anime version of double team, okay.
Yeah, but, yeah, the fights kind of sucked.
And then, Tyranitar's Hyper Beam, that was alright.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Next con. The supporting cast. My main question is, if they're a supporting cast, what did they support?
They didn't support anything. It's like the best representation is pillars supporting a roof. The problem is that the roof that needed the support only needed 4 pillars.
It was a floor.
It was
the roof that needed support was a floor, and the floor's name was Ash.
Hey, I am the plot.
Yeah, that's a true statement. If you cut out Misty, Brock, the boat dude, the granddaughter, just anybody in this movie, even Team Rocket.
Yeah, Team Rocket themselves.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Most that changes is just Ash and Sam having to figure out, oh, we go up on this CGI boss. Speaking of CGI, that threw me out a lot. It wasn't always bad, but man, did it throw me out because of how
It was always
much.
striking to you.
Suicune.
There was a shot of Suicune over a cliff that was very CGI, and I think it was the same exact model that they used for the 3DS games.
It reminded me of models that you would see in a Telltale game.
Oh yeah, with the heavy lines and...
But less quality.
Oh.
That's basically the most I can think of with cons of their... Well, other con would have to be the fact that the plot is a little messy. I wouldn't say the plot is bad.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
The plot is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's a good kids movie, in all honesty.
Yeah.
But...
Respect the forest, or you'll be sent into the future 40 years.
Yeah. Pros, the art is really good.
The art was amazing. Like what we were talking about before, that opening shot of the trees was, amazing.
Most of the, just all the 2D art, amazing. There was a bit of CGI art that was okay, that's actually pretty nice. Like that shot throughout the forest. That was cool.
Oh, yes.
Another pro I can find, the berries.
The berries! I would rank this one. So we have Pokemon 3 at the top, then Pokemon Mewtwo, the first movie, then Pokemon 2000 at the bottom. I'm going to put this one right above Pokemon 2000. I think that's...
I would say same.
It's Pokemon 3, Pokemon 1, Pokemon 4, Pokemon 2.
I'll say quality-wise, it doesn't have as many mistakes as, say, Pokemon, the first movie, but the problem was you enjoy it a little less, and it's a little hard to watch, especially with that just immense amount of CGI.
Yeah.
So it would be below Pokemon 2000.
Pokemon the first movie.
It would be below Pokemon the first movie.
And above Pokemon 2000.
Above Pokemon 2000. 100% above.
We gotta make a little list thing that eventually gets like a tier list thing that gets bigger.
Follow me on Twitter so you can see our tier list.
Yeah, there we go. And
I know you people don't listen to the end of this video. Follow me on Twitter.
So I think that was the end of the numbered movies, correct?
Yeah.
That was the end of the numbered movies. We're now going into Gen 3 and all
Ash
of their...
kissing Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. He was the first!
Man, consider it's basically they did in a Sonic Adventure 06 before Sonic Adventure 06 existed.
Why did you have to bring that up?
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out our Twitter and Instagram, as previously stated by Duke.
Do take care. And signing out.
We're GV. We are out.